Good morning, Mr. Stinson.
Good morning, Ms. Ricketts. Don't forget to keep your mask on and sanitize your hands before you move on to the office.
Okay, thanks, Mr.
Have a
Stinson.
great day.
You too. So you walk in. The very first thing we're going to do is use the hand sanitizer. Students out back will be getting off the buses and coming in through this door. Single file, 6 feet apart. And again, as soon as you come in, you use the hand sanitizer. And you can proceed directly to your period 1 class. Okay, so after coming up the stairs, we're going to keep to the right and follow the directional arrows, walking single file, maintaining 2 meters or 6 feet of space between us. Our first class is here with Miss Anthony. But before we go to class, first thing in the morning, you are permitted to visit your locker. You just have to make sure that you have 6 feet of space. And if there's no one else in the vicinity, you may go to your locker and put your coat and collect your books for the first 2 periods. And then you may proceed to class. Immediately upon entering class, each class has a hand sanitizer just inside the door. So you would use the hand sanitizer and then you would take a seat. We'll ask students to start by taking every second seat, starting from the back. So a student would sit in this desk, then we'd skip this desk, and they would sit in the next desk. And you would proceed to do that until the room is covered. That would provide us with the most physically distant space. And then if more students come, we may have to then fill up the second desks. So period 1 has started, and of course physics rules, and we're going to learn some physics. At the end of class, one at a time, we would get up single file, again, come to the hand sanitizer and hand sanitize, and we would proceed to our next class. Again, single file, keeping to the right in the hallways, following the directional arrows, we would walk to our next class. Between period 1 and period 2, there will be no going to your locker, and you would go directly to period 2 class. Okay, so our second period, we have Mr. Vincent. Yay, love math. So again, you come into the classroom, and you're going to hand sanitize inside each door. And starting from the back, we will start taking seats with the farthest one down, the first one in the room. The second one in the room will skip a desk. The second one in the room will take the next desk and proceed. Every second desk until the room is filled. And then if necessary, we'll take the other desks. And of course, your teachers will be here to help direct this process. So period 2 happens, we learn lots of math, and then it's recess time. Unfortunately, students will not be permitted to leave the building during recess time, and they will be taking their recess in their period 2 classroom. So you can have your snack and eat it at your desk. We will also have a cafeteria cart in each hallway, and with teacher permission and lining up, social distancing, you could visit the cafeteria cart in the hallway where you could purchase a snack item. Also during recess, students may want to use the washroom. So we'll look at our washroom procedure. So as you come to the washroom, you'll see a sign that 2 people are permitted in the washroom at a time. So you could come in and check to see if there are 2 people. And if there are, you must wait your turn, standing 1 meter apart until one person exits, and then you can go into the washroom. So there may be even a line up outside Again, single file, 6 meters apart if you need to line up for the washroom. So after your washroom visit, you return to class and finish your recess. And it's time now for period 3. And for period 3, we have physical education in the gymnasium. So we exit the room. Oops, we forgot to hand sanitize. Your teachers will try to remind you until you get used to it. Hand sanitize again. And we're going to come out and keep to the right, following the directional arrows, and make our way downstairs to the gymnasium. So again, our stairwells are wide enough for two-way traffic, keeping as far to the right as you can, walking single file. And the custodians will make sure the cleaners at the handrails are wiped down at least 2 times a day for cleanliness and hygiene. Follow the directional arrow out the door, and we'll go to the gymnasium. The doors of all of the classrooms in the gym are going to be left open to reduce the touching of surfaces. So we're going to enter the gym following the directional arrows. And when you come to gym class, the first thing that your teachers are going to get you to do is to probably take a seat on the bleachers. And they're going to have these marked so that you will be sitting 6 feet apart, and you'll wait for your instruction from your teachers. Okay, we just had a great workout in the gym, and now it is lunchtime. Students have a choice for lunch. They can stay within the building for their lunch, or they can leave the building for their lunch. If you choose to leave the building, you will leave your class. Again, hand sanitize. And we will only be leaving through the front door. Oops, follow the directional arrows. We'll only be leaving through the front doors, single file. And once you leave, you will not be permitted back in until 12:50 or 10 minutes to 1. And when you come back after lunch, again, you must come through the front doors only. These will be the only doors that will be used at lunchtime. And you will come in, and you may have to line up outside 6 feet apart, just like you line up if you go to Walmart or Sobeys. And at 12:50, we'll open the doors and students can enter. Again, hand sanitize and proceed to their period 4 class. Students that choose to remain in the building for lunch, you will eat your lunch in your classroom. Students who happen to be in the gym, you will be directed to go to the cafeteria. So classes in the gym, the drama room, and the music room will eat lunch in the cafeteria. Just a reminder, all these other doors in the building will be for emergency exit only, as we can only monitor the coming and going through the bus door and the main door in the morning, and after lunch, just the main doors only. So we will be putting the wall across in the cafeteria, and we've taken up the cafeteria tables, and we will have a chair on either end of these 6-foot tables. So students in the gymnasium, music room, and the drama room will come out into the cafeteria. The cafeteria will be divided, and students will be able to eat their lunch here. Students can order lunch from the cafeteria. We will be having cafeteria services, and we ask you to please help support this company and order your lunch through the cafeteria. It's an online ordering system, and the link is in our newsletters. The lunches will be prepackaged and will be delivered to the classrooms. So students can have their lunch in their classrooms. And during this time, they will be probably permitted to go to their lockers again if they need to, and to visit the washroom. That was a delicious lunch. So after lunch, it's now 12:50. You're able to leave your class now and proceed to your period 4 class after lunch, following your directional arrows. Oops, we forgot to hand sanitize when we leave the room. Again, there's always one located next to the door. Following the directional arrows, you leave your lunchroom or your last class and proceed to your next class. Oops, I just realized I need to visit the office to ask a question. When you come to the office, you'll see a sign that one person is permitted in the office at a time. And if necessary, please line up outside 2 meters apart and wait your turn. So there's no one in the office, so I can go in, and we have a new plexiglass installed. If there is a lineup, we'll ask students to line up next to these signs. We're waiting for floor stickers, but until now, we have some signs on the walls to show you where 6 feet or 2 meters of distance is. And you will line up here and wait your turn to go to the office. We also have this system in place in the guidance area as well. Okay, so you follow this procedure for period 4 and 5 class, and then it's dismissal. We're going to start off with a staggered dismissal with students from grades 10 being dismissed first at 2:52. And we're going to stagger it. Grade 11's 5 minutes later at 2:57 and grade 12's at 3:02. So if necessary, you can visit your locker quickly, grab your coat, and then proceed. Again, single file, 6 feet or 2 meters apart, keeping to the right at all times. And you can exit the building either through the bus door. Grade 10 students will have to sit and wait on the bus using their seating until the grade 11s and 12s join them. However, grade 10 students who are being picked up or are walking home, they can exit the building through the front doors, and you can tell your parents that we're having a staggered dismissal and that they can pick you up at 2:52. And then the grade 11s won't be dismissed until 2:57, and then the grade 12s at 3:02. We are getting some new signage outside. Please remind your parents that we have a lot of difficulty with traffic that line up here in the front and they wait to pick up their child. This traffic backs up past this point and backs into the roadway, and it's backed right into the roundabout and right out to Topsail Road, and it gridlocks the entire system. We are purchasing a sign which will be installed shortly, showing parents the point where we cannot let cars back into the roadway. So if this lane is full, what does a parent do? Well, we'll suggest you pull into a parking spot if they're available, or go down to the student parking. There are over 70 parking spots down in the student parking lot. Pull into a parking spot. Or you can keep circling, but traffic must not back into the roadway because the buses can't get by. People get impatient. We've had fender benders and scratches and people that are upset. So we will be putting a sign just under the sign where it says wrong way, and it will remind drivers not to back up into the roadway. So if parents could help with this, that would be really great. Well, it's a beautiful Friday evening. We've just done our walk through the school, and we're having Labor Day weekend come up. We're so looking forward to seeing all of our students on Wednesday. Just wanted to do this little walkthrough to help you know some of our new procedures and to make you more comfortable for when you come back to school. Can't wait to see everyone. Have a great weekend.